So today I'm excited. I have some new products to try out with you. We are looking at Pixi. This is a brand I have never tried before, but I've heard good things about it. I believe I did try like a little sample of the Glow Tonic once from the one time I've ever stepped foot into a Target. But I decided I finally wanted to try some of their products. So what I have is the Pixi Hydrating Milky Lotion. This is coconut and shea butter. It says face and body moisturizer, and I will say I really enjoy this. It felt really nice on the skin. It says deeply hydrating lotion for face and body. I would have to agree with that. I feel like it did moisturize well, but also, as you will see in the demo, an example of me putting on the makeup, once I put on all of my makeup, my face didn't feel heavy. Sometimes I have an issue with certain lotions making me feel kind of oily and slick, and I did not have that issue with this. I definitely enjoyed this, and I like that I can put it on my face and then also put it on my hands. Like, it's a 2-in-1 product. It does have a little bit of a scent. It's like not grandma. It's more like grandma's sister, the cool great aunt. You know what I mean? Like the one who wears animal print to the holidays and always has the fun stories. Hi, Bubba. It smells more like her than grandma. So while it does have a scent on initial application, I feel like that scent did wear away. Like I don't feel like I have continued to smell it throughout the day. So for me, I'm really pleased with this product. I also got a sample of this, and I thought, why not? Let's just go ahead and apply it. This is the Flawless Beauty Primer. This is a hydrating glow primer. And what I can say about this is it reminds me a lot of the Dewy Primer from Wet n Wild, as well as the Illuminating Primer from Believe Beauty, which is the brand that you can get at Dollar General. Let me check if I have either of those still. I sure don't have either of those. I must have gotten rid of them in my makeup clean out. This definitely is pretty. It really does give your skin a very nice glow. Here's what that looks like. It's got a little bit of a golden sheen, but it's not anything too extreme that I feel like it was almost too gold for my face. I didn't feel like that at all. Here's what it does. And I definitely think you could get the same deal for cheaper from the Wet n Wild Dewy Primer or the Illuminating Face Base Primer. I think that's what it's called. From Believe Beauty. I mean, it's honestly that same golden sheen to the face. I will say this one's probably a little less glittery, more sheen, whereas the Dewy one from Wet n Wild is a little bit more glittery. So do I like it? Yes. Could I get it for cheaper? Also, yes. And the only issue that I have seen with this primer is that it does stick to my dry patches. I have a dry patch up in this area and down in this area, and this definitely stuck to any dry patches I had on my face. So be aware, if you use this Hydrating Glow Primer, while it feels great on the face, the shimmer in the product grabbed right to any dryness. So just be aware of that could potentially be an issue. So then for my under eyes, I have been looking for a corrector because I have been using the one out of this Makeup Forever palette, and I really do enjoy it. I think it has honestly done a really good job. So then I found this, and I thought, why not try it? Let's open it and see. Well, yeah, those are pretty darn close, aren't they? Actually, yeah, they're the same color. The Pixi by Petra one might be a touch darker, but not by very much. So I picked this up. This is the what is this called? This is the Correction Pot in Brightening Peach. And I do feel like this really did brighten. I really focused the brightening of the peach up into this inner corner area of my eye, which is where I tend to have a lot of purple show. Like my purple sticks right here. So when I put the peach corrector on, I definitely noticed a difference. However, it is a little dark for me and a little bit of a thicker consistency to where I have to be diligent about making sure that I blend it out. If I don't, when I look at my face in the mirror, I can see where I put the peach corrector. So while I like it and it did apply well, it did the job of correcting, you have to be very particular about making sure you blend the product out completely. Alright, so for concealer, I just use my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. Absolutely love it. And then for my face, here's where it gets interesting. I picked up the H2O Skin Tint. Now, I wasn't 100% sure what this was when I purchased it. The description says Tinted Face Gel. Never heard of something like that before. Now, this is in the shade Porcelain, and on the back it says, Cooling and Hydrating, Sheer Tinted Water-Based Gel. Apply as you would a moisturizer and pat into skin. So then I was very interested, a water-based gel. And apply as a moisturizer. And that's exactly what I did. I made sure just to rub it in like a moisturizer. And by golly, if this isn't the weirdest consistency of a product. I know it says water-based gel, but it's like that didn't register in my mind what that was really going to feel like. It truly does feel like water as you massage it into your skin. Now, as you can see in the example here, it did do a nice job of evening out my skin tone. It didn't quite provide the amount of coverage I want on my cheeks. Like, I could have used more. But for the overall coverage of my skin, this did a fabulous job. I feel like this would be an excellent choice come summertime to take some of this, put some sunscreen, and rub it all in. It's like a step below the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. So here's the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This is in the shade Porcelain. So while I would say this is definitely lightweight, it does have a little bit more coverage to it. So here's Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in Porcelain. Now let me put the H2O Skin Tint in Porcelain next to it. So it definitely is a lighter shade, which is good for me. And do you see, like, that was such a small amount of product. But look at how far it's dispersing. So here is the Skin Tint in Porcelain. Definitely a lighter shade. But, like, look at the consistency of it. It really is watery. Whereas this definitely has more coverage. So this spreads. The H2O Skin Tint will spread farther as far as your product. But you're not getting as much coverage. So let me really work it in to show you. It really does do a nice job of evening out your skin tone. It's not going to cover all of your imperfections. But boy, does that give you a nice smooth base. It may be worth a little bit of extra time to apply a pore-filling primer with the H2O Skin Tint because it does sink into the wrinkles on my hand. But still, the base is just very much even. Like, you can still see my veins and everything, but overall, it gives such an even tone to the skin. Again, I think it would be really nice come summertime when it gets hotter out and I just want some evenness to my skin, but I don't want the heavy way down feeling of typical foundations. Okay, the other two products that I have is the On the Glow Bronzer Tinted Moisture Stick. This is in the shade Soft Glow. It says twist base to wind up and down, close, lid, and after. So basically you just add warmth and dimension to face or body. So here's what it looks like. And here is it swatched on top of the skin tint. While I like the formulation of it, it didn't give much color, even though I continued to try to build it up. I wonder if I should have gone with a darker shade. I was afraid it would be too dark, but this is almost too light. It does look good on the skin. I'm just not a fan of the color. Even now, I feel like I could go back and add some for additional color. And it does do well just blending it in with your finger. All of this makeup is very finger friendly. Like, this you massage in like a moisturizer, this you pat, like, there was no brushes or sponges really needed for this, to be honest. So while I like the formula, I'm not a fan of this color in particular. Even though I'm fair, I feel like I could have gone darker. And the last product, this is the On the Glow Blush. This is in the shade Juicy, and I have to say, I love this. It looks beautiful across the face as blush, and also you can use it on your lips, which I did earlier. Juicy is definitely a good name for this. Now, I love the application. I love the color. I like the wear. I will say, though, it's only been a few hours. It's been maybe 3-4-ish hours, and my makeup has definitely worn down. Even though I lightly powdered it with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, I just added the bronzer. But even the blush has kind of faded. The skin tint has kind of faded down here. These products are not the longest wearing unless I should have powdered them more heavily. So this isn't going to last you all day through work. It's not going to be super, super long wearing. This isn't something you're going to want to wear to like a big fancy event. This is very everyday, natural, glowy, juicy, your skin but better, a slight luminosity to your face type of makeup. Do I like it? Yes. Do I think it has its place? Absolutely. You just have to know what you're wanting to achieve from your makeup to decide if this type of makeup is right for you or not. Probably my two favorite things would be the skin tint and this blush. Like I said, the bronzer is okay, but I wasn't a fan of the shade. Under eye corrector is a little bit heavy for me and just a smidge too dark. And then this Flawless Beauty Primer, excellent sheen to the face, but will cling on to any dry patches. So here's what my face is looking like. It's been about an hour and a half. It honestly looks really good except for these dry patches. Let me look in the mirror again. While I like the glowiness, it almost makes me look a little bit textured, more so than normal. Like, sorry, I just ate Taco Bell. It's a rough one. I love this blush though. See what I mean? Like, it looks a little rough in those areas where I have dry skin. So that's definitely something to be aware of. So here's what my face is looking like after a few hours. Let me grab the mirror. Yeah, like you can see right there, it just grabbed to that dry patch. That might actually even be the under eye corrector. Like, my face looks nice, but you can see my chin and my cheeks are just a little bit redder than I would like. So like I said, it's not going to be the longest wearing product. That is my thoughts on these products from Pixi. Let me know, what have you tried from them? What are you interested in? Again, this is not a brand that I'm very well versed in, so I would like to know any of your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.